I thought working solo would make me faster. No waiting on anyone, no compromises, just me in all my glory. Boy, was I wrong. It turned out working alone was the very thing slowing me down. And it might be slowing you down too. Today, I'm going to show you how the right connections can put you in flow without adding hustle to your plate. Welcome to Awaken Your Biz Goddess, the podcast redefining business for women entrepreneurs. I'm Audrey Acton, and I'm a biz coach blending brain science, soul, and real-world strategy. Around here, we ditched the hustle rules and build businesses that actually fit the way your brilliance works. Let's get started. I started in full-on business creation mode, loving every minute. I had a plan, an idea that lit me up, and best of all, I knew exactly what to do. Plus, I had my newly minted office with all the little knicky-knacks that made it mine. I was on a roll. Until I wasn't. Suddenly, my plan started taking on water. My brilliant idea felt impossible and sadly almost foolish. I mean, it started to seriously sound crazy to me. And I wondered if I was really just imagining the wealth of info I had or that it was all just in my mind. And that made the well of ideas run dry. I mean, I sat at my desk in my beautiful office, racking my brain. What do I do next? Why can't I figure this out? And worst of all, what is wrong with me? I tried talking to friends, but none of them were entrepreneurs. My family was kind, but not helpful. My partner, he smiled and nodded, and not because he didn't care, but because he simply didn't understand what kind of help I needed. None of them did. And the worst part, I kept trying to force my way forward. I had to push and push and push because that's what you do, right? You have to make it work. I paddled upstream with everything I had in me against the current, only to end up exactly where I'd started, if not farther back. And I was exhausted and frustrated, and to be honest, my confidence was shot. I longed for someone I could talk to, someone who got it. And with all the brain science I'd learned, I knew I needed to talk, to process, to find business friends. So I went looking. I went to networking events, BNI. I don't know if you've ever heard of that, Business Networking International. And oh my goodness, is that quite a setup. I went to women's business groups. And really, they were fine for swapping cards and actually talking and getting to know each other. I mean, they had ways to get to know each other and your businesses so you could cross-promote each other, but that's not what I was after. I wanted real business friendships, women who'd meet me in the messy middle, brainstorm with me without judgment, and celebrate the wins, big or small. And mostly, I wanted support in the darker times because I was in that darker time right then. So, what did I do? Well, what I always do. I created my own, and Ms. Mind was born. And here's what I learned. Doing it alone might feel fast in the moment. No meetings, no compromising. There's no rules that have to be followed and no boss to check with to see if you're allowed to do whatever it is. But in the long run, it's the slower path. It's paddling upstream day after day. So I want to offer you 3 shifts that will get you to go from solo to supported. Let's get started with shift number 1. Learn the art of verbal processing. Here's the thing. This isn't just about talking it out. There's a neurological reason women's brains light up when we do this, and it changes everything about how quickly you can solve problems. As women, we may think in our heads, but our ideas, they fully form when we speak them out loud. We literally talk ideas into life. When you put words to your thoughts with someone who gets it, you start creating the vision as you speak it. Think about it. How many times have you said something out loud and suddenly thought, oh, there it is. Now I get it. It's magical. Let's go on to shift number 2. Find your BBFs, your biz best friends. I know you've heard find your tribe a million times. You're not looking for a tribe though. You are looking for something different because your BBFs aren't about networking, client getting, coaching, gurus. They're about unlocking a level of trust that actually speeds up your business growth. Trusting yourself and your BBFs to have your back. Not networking buddies, not acquaintances, real women who get where you are, what you're building, and how it feels. People you don't have to filter yourself for. Because what is the best thing in the world where women are concerned is someone that we can talk to for real. Shift number 3. This is the tough one. Drop the lone wolf badge of honor. I mean, that one's tough, right? I know we all have that mentality. That's why we're solo entrepreneurs. It's part of being it. If anything, it's part of why we went out on our own to begin with. No boss, doing things our way, feeling not only comfortable with doing it alone, but truly being turned on to be that lone wolf. Girl power and all that nonsense, right? Because we don't need anyone to succeed. But here's the surprising part. Letting others in doesn't slow you down. It shortens your path. And I'll tell you why in just a second. Yes, you're a solo entrepreneur. Yes, you are your own boss. But going it alone doesn't make you stronger. It just makes the journey heavier. Unfortunately, we're under the impression that doing this alone means making fast decisions, taking steps without consensus, and no more pointless meetings, because who wants those stupid things? But it simply isn't true. Think about being on that river and you're in a canoe by yourself. What if you hand out a few oars and let others paddle with you? You'll get farther, faster, and you'll actually enjoy the ride without the endless meetings. And just to sort of give you an example, and a real world example at that, because this literally happened. I was stuck and stuck hard. I was waiting for that next step to reveal itself because I have a process and that's what I was doing. I was waiting for the universe, for Goddess to show me a direction, to see what I needed to see. And while I waited, I cleaned the house, I explored old business ideas, and actually one that's actually moving forward too. Basically, I wandered the wilderness of my liminal space. Then on a call with one of my BBFs, she said something that made me sit up straight. We went back and forth and suddenly, click, I literally heard the click, you guys. It was kind of crazy, actually. The door opened and the ideas flowed. I knew my next step. In fact, I literally knew what the next few steps were, which was crazy. That single conversation pulled me out of my liminal space and back into my own flow. And that's exactly why Ms. Mind exists. So you never have to build in isolation again. To wrap up today's discussion, I have a spellette that you can use as a mantra or an affirmation or just put it on a post-it on your desk. Connection turns the current. The oars are lighter when shared. Ideas flow where voices meet. I love that one. If you're ready to stop fighting the current and start building with women who get it, who get you, Ms. Mind is your place. 1 call a month, no pressure, just connection, ideas, and momentum. Our next call is coming up soon, and I'd love to see your face in one of those little Zoom squares. You can grab your spot or even try a free quickie session. Those links are below. The quickie is called Ms. Mind Sparks. Your brain will try to analyze this entire episode. Don't let it. Instead, give yourself 30 seconds to feel what landed, and then send this episode to one woman who needs permission to do the same. Subscribe to Awaken Your Biz Goddess because your soul deserves more than systems. It deserves a sacred rebellion. It deserves business redefined by you. Are you ready to wander a little deeper? Whispers are waiting. My behind-the-scenes magic where I share whatever pops up that I think you need to hear. Join Whispers from the Wild Mystery coming to your inbox fairly regularly and always timely. That link is below as well. Thanks for joining me today. Like, share, and subscribe. Drop a comment, and I will see you in the next episode.